All right. Welcome back to the Young Adults Podcast. This is our new segment, Young Adults Podcast.
That's crazy.
You all like how it happened over here? You hit that wooden part?
I'm real low.
Oh, yeah.
I'm real low down here.
This is going to be our new segment, Yap Reacts. So we got Lawrence, at Law Indy on Instagram. Elias. What's your Instagram? I don't know yours by heart.
Elias Aguirre 11.
It'll be in the description.
Yeah, I'm gonna put everything in the description, and then me, I'm Dalen, and we're just gonna react to. We're kind of late, but I think it's cool that we're late because we didn't have some time to think about what we're gonna say and stuff. But you say his name.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Is a Swedish soccer player who has some things to say about LeBron James.
His views on politics.
His views on politics and LeBron being engaged with politics while being a high status athlete. So we're gonna watch the video, we're gonna throw it up on the screen, and then we're gonna react.
You like going to watch basketball?
Yeah. I liked a lot, and I mean, he's a phenomenal in what he's doing. But I don't like when people, when they have some kind of status and they go in and they do politics at the same time what they're doing. I mean, do what you're good at. Do the category you do. I play football because I'm the best in playing football. I don't do politics. If I would be a politician, I would do politics. That is the first mistake people do when they become famous and they come in a certain status. Stay out of it. Just do what you're best at because it doesn't look good.
But all right, let's start.
So we watched the video.
Yeah.
So one take that I had when he said that, hold on, I don't want to replay it. He said something. He mentioned something about do what you're good at. So
He
something
said,
along the lines of that. And what my first thought was that maybe as a kid he was told to try to not multitask, do one thing that you're good at, stick in that lane, and not like try to venture out. That's what it made me think of when he said
multi-dimensional, like.
Yeah, like it seemed like they shut that down real quick.
Which is like a lot of Americans.
Yeah, so I was like, that kind of threw me off a little bit. He was like, just do what you're good at and just stay in that lane, which kind of rubbed me the wrong way because it was a big controversy a couple years ago. They was doing the one of the interviewers, a lady, she was a white lady. She said, "Shut up and dribble."
Yeah.
And they did the whole little documentary and stuff like that, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way when he said that. He might not have meant it. I don't know, but.
yeah, so I'm going to give a little background on him first. So he is a Swedish soccer player that's played all over Europe. He's played in the States too. He came from basically the poorest, worst place of Sweden that you can come from, the hood of the hood. He's literally the most self-made person, one of the most self-made people in sports. So he's got a huge ego, and I mean, he had to, from where he came from. He didn't have somebody to support him. He basically just played, did what he could, got onto a team, just was good enough and kept elevating and elevating. He's also a player that's been done dirty by people that he considered friends, including in the sports world. At FC Barcelona, he was done dirty by a manager that he considered a friend. So I can see that probably also influences him, where he's like, once you've made it up here too, and now you want to start dealing with politics, and now you screwed me over. And another thing is, it's a very bad timing for what he said, because he truly doesn't care about anything outside of what's going on with him. He's just a person I'm gonna go play, make my money, and I don't care about anybody else. Which is messed up, definitely messed up. And then, it sounds very similar to the situation of that one lady that says "shut up and dribble," because she's in this in this society, right, where
Place of privilege.
right, where she has that privilege. He never experienced any of this privilege, and he's also not, at least, right, like, he's not a racist. I mean, obviously we don't know him personally.
We don't know how he thinks, but
right,
we just know.
but
yeah,
I know.
he was saying the same thing, just a different sentiment.
Yeah, he wasn't coming from that place where she was coming from.
And I feel like it's easier to say something like that when you're not even involved like I think it was easy for him to say LeBron should stay out of politics because of his lack of knowledge in politics. So it's like I don't have my like. You know, I'm not really too educated about that, so I'm gonna say you shouldn't be doing it.
But that's the issue. And if I'm gonna go off what you say, because you probably know his character just off of seeing him in the media a lot more than me.
And me.
People with bigger egos are less likely to check themselves when they're saying shit. But that's what my thoughts on it was. It's like, why couldn't you just kept? Oh yeah, I watch basketball. He's good.
Yeah.
Why are you critiquing someone else?
I believe that it comes from a place of like. Politics is way different over there because if you look at where he's from, it's super corrupt. Like that's why the place where he was from was so poor because politicians take corruption to the next level. So and then his experience with politicians in the sports world is he got screwed over.
So he's been getting the bottom of the barrel really his whole life.
So he thinks that from what it seems is that like once people elevate, right, and they start getting into like politics, he thinks they're gonna start being corrupt or start being messed up. And
so that's what I can see where you can infer all of that, knowing his previous history.
Yeah.
I can see where you can infer that, but from face value, he didn't get into all that. He just said, "I think you should do what you're good at."
Right.
But that's kind of the thing when if you're going to critique somebody,
you gotta know a little bit. You know, what
you
I'm
should
saying?
either know who you critiquing and why, and
because if he
also explain yourself more.
Because if he actually did his research a little bit, LeBron knows what. LeBron just don't be talking about politics, just be talking about. LeBron pretty much knows like what he's trying to get across. He's able to get it across, and it's like effective, and he's like up to date in the political war.
And I feel like it's two different versions because I'm pretty sure Sweden has its own fucked up thing. No country is perfect, but it's kind of two different things. It's probably athletes or celebrities or somebody with affluence that came from a similar background as him who's trying to make change. There's always going to be people like that in every country. I can't speak to it because I don't keep up with them, but that's kind of what LeBron is. And you have people that are more self-preserving. I ain't gonna say no names.
Like Michael Jordan to an extent, as far as
Michael Jordan did a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Right, he did a lot of charity stuff, but I'm talking about as far as speaking up and the stuff that's going on. Like,
when you put yourself out there,
right? You're that's what I'm saying. That's Michael Jordan, but compared to what LeBron does, like we compare it to like somebody that's like really the face of the sport, and then at the same time does a lot of stuff off the court. Like Michael Jordan was really conservative compared to that, so it's kind of similar.
Yeah. So I can see where he coming from. He's got more of a self-preserving. He don't want to get messed up, and that's probably why he says, "I think that's everybody's mistake when they get to that point." But it'll so vague how you look at it. If a Swede would watch that, they would probably think about it different from a black American saying, "I think that's the mistake." So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say Zlatan's mistake is he has no knowledge on the situation or what really is going on in America, and because his struggle, he has a similar struggle, but the struggle that he came from and the struggle that LeBron has come from doesn't have to do with race.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
that's what he doesn't understand.
We might as well go ahead and watch because.
LeBron, to go away from the court for a second, Zlatan, the soccer player, said that he believes that famous people and athletes such as yourself shouldn't use their platform to do anything other than what they're good at in their athletic endeavor. As someone who has promoted the idea of more than an athlete and trying to empower players to use their voice to speak on their communities, do you have any response to what he said?
Nah, absolutely not. I mean, because at the end of the day, I would never shut up about things that's wrong. I preach about my people, and I preach about equality, social injustice, racism, systematic voting, voter suppression, things that go on in our community. Because I was a part of my community at one point and seeing the things that was going on, and I know what's going on still because I have a group of 300 plus kids at my school that's going through the same thing, and they need a voice. And I'm their voice. And I use my platform to continue to shed light on everything that may be going on, not only in my community, but around this country and around the world. So, if there's no reason, well, not I won't say no reason, but there's no way I will ever just stick to sports because I understand how, how this platform and how powerful my voice is. And he can just ask Renee Montgomery, if I would have shut up and just dribbled. Seeing that beautiful black woman today, be a part of a group where she's part of an ownership group now with the Atlanta Dream down in Atlanta. And it's funny he say that because I believe in like 2018, he was the same guy who said when he was back in Sweden, talking about the same things because his last name wasn't a certain last name that he felt like it was some racism going on when he was out on the pitch. Right? He did say that, right? Yeah. I thought he said that. So I speak from a very educated mind. I'm kind of the wrong guy to actually go at because I do my homework.
Yeah, that's a perfect response. Be totally honest.
Yeah, and
that's crazy. He said that too because I saw a video in the recommendation of something in like 2018, 2019 of what he had said. Like first mentioned LeBron in an interview.
anybody with influences, I feel like to a certain extent, is going to say something about something that's fucked up where they came from. Something, or do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just go about it differently. But you just got to be, I don't know. I feel like when you're in a public side, especially you're going to talk about somebody of as high influence as LeBron, who's legend status at this point, you would think you would just leave it, oh, he's great.
Yeah, leave it at that.
He's great.
Yeah.
But ego, if will have you saying more than necessary.
Yeah. Which you did, for sure.
And let's, what you got? You got anything to say about?
Yeah, I mean, y'all said it really. That's the perfect response. Because LeBron isn't going to do the same thing that he did, where he's going to talk on something that he doesn't really know.
And he wasn't going to let it go to no back and forth type situation. He's not even that type of person. So, I mean, yeah. So, y'all good?
I'm really just thinking like, but we've already kind of speculated on what it is, but just to speak on,
like, who is it? Like,
I want to be like, who are you?
No, that's exactly what.
But that's our
right.
In Europe, he has a very different reputation. But over here,
true.
if you're not in the side, like, who are you?
Right.
And we look at he's one of our legends. That's one of our, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like
so it's just two sides to the coin, and it's just also like I don't know. It just seems like
he doesn't have a place to be.
Not even that. It's just I don't want to switch it into no victim role, but it just seems like a lot of situations that happen with black folks, where people are doing something to us, it's like we would never even speak on, stoop to that level, or do in most cases, especially on a big platform. So that's also, but once again, kind of got to remove my emotions for it and just look at it for what it is. And it didn't go no further. And
I mean, the common sense thing, I mean, regardless of what's your experience or education or anything, I mean, I would like to assume, which is still an assumption, common sense would let you know to not get involved in anything that you don't know about. Because it's like you can't even defend yourself. If the conversation were to go, if they were to have a toe-to-toe conversation about the stuff that he felt like LeBron should have been talking about, chances are he's not going to know nothing LeBron's talking about. So it's like, why are you even getting involved or bringing up that he should just stick to what he's good at or what he started?
if you really want to look at it, he got involved with politics.
Who talk about?
He did.
Zlatan.
Yeah.
He got involved in politics by even speaking further than he spoke on it.
Right. Yeah.
But you want to see if Zoltan's
Whatever
reaction to it.
It might just be easier for you to say Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic is definitely.
I mean, a lot of people know him by Ibrahimovic.
Definitely easier.
I don't know
to
how
say.
it's easier, but
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
That's I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Nah, I don't want to watch his reaction to it. I mean, I don't feel like it's really nothing.
It's not going to be anything major, I wouldn't imagine.
I would want to just see what his thought process would be. I feel like his reaction to it would really indicate whether he's really a dickhead or not.
Hey, man,
I mean, he comes off as one to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I come off as a dickhead to a lot of people, but I'm not. So that's why I would want to see what his reaction is.
I mean, because this guy is like, I don't care about nobody. Like he doesn't hang out with no type of other soccer player, no celebrity. He's really on his own. He will go at anybody. Anybody comes at him, he's gonna respond. He's had insults and he's come back with other insults, and it's become quotes that people post on like Facebook and
I
stuff.
can't find it, but I couldn't imagine it was too well.
If it ain't nothing but my apology, I don't understand, or something along the lines of that, it ain't really nothing else that needs to be said.
No.
But
Yeah. I think we covered everything about that we had, or from our perspective.
yeah, all right.
That was our first reaction video, so y'all let us know.
Yeah, let us know if this is something y'all want to see. Y'all can recommend stuff in the comments that y'all want to review, or hit us in the DM on Snapchat. I'm back on social media. So yeah, hit us up. Let us know what y'all think. Make sure to like and subscribe, share with your friends, and
Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man.